what's up, everybody? It's Steve D'Angelo, Fantasy Savvy Weekly Show. Back again for the divisional round. We got some playoff best ball drafts, DraftKings, Underdog, drafters. We're going to try to do all three drafts tonight. They should all fill. Underdog, DraftKings fill pretty fast. DraftKings seems like it's like right away. So there's a ton of drafts. I'm gonna show you if you guys want to participate. Check it out. Just have a little more fun before the playoffs start. But you got my Bluetooth glasses on, and we're ready to rock. We'll see if these things get a little foggy. You might have to pull them off. But follow me on X at Fantasy Savvy. Did a show yesterday with Anthony on the Face Off Sports Network talking about the recap of the wild card round. We were talking about Mike McCarthy, what was going to happen with him. I said it was kind of a 50-50 shot. I thought that the Cowboys could possibly bring him back, and that's exactly what they did. Again, McCarthy, it's kind of a tough spot for Jerry. He's older. He's 82, 83. Does he want to start a whole new relationship with a Belichick, with a strong-minded person like Belichick, or even a Harbaugh, or start over with Vrabel? Or does he stick with the guy that went 12-5 3 years in a row? I know he's 1-3 in the playoffs, but he did improve the offense this year. Dan Quinn's gone. The defense was a hot mess. Dak came out very, very tight. That goes on McCarthy as well, but I don't totally hate the move. Again, McCarthy's had a lot of success here. Won a Super Bowl, just needs to get a little more successful in the playoffs. But we'll get this draft going soon, in a little bit. We'll also, preview these games a little bit as well. Starting Saturday, we have the Texans and the Ravens, 4:30. Packers, Niners at night. We got the Bucks, Lions, 3:00 on Sunday, and then ended off with the Chiefs and the Bills, which should be the best game of the weekend. But as we go through these drafts, we'll talk a little bit about these games, and then I'll probably be back Friday night. Well, I'll be on with Anthony tomorrow. I think we're going to make some picks there on the Face Off Sports Network, so check that out. But probably Friday for my own show as well, making my official picks. Went 6-2 last week. So let's start up these drafts. Let's get into it. This divisional round, Fantasy Savvy Weekly Show with your host, Steve D'Angelo. Follow me on X, on Twitter. Let's go. Welcome to the Fantasy Savvy Weekly Show with your host, Steve D'Angelo, discussing high-stakes fantasy football, NFL picks, and much more. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Okay, we're back. Fantasy Savvy Week with your host, Steve D'Angelo. So we got the Underdog draft, we got the Underdog site open, ready to get into this draft here. So if you see down here, they have, they got wild divisional round drafts Saturday, Sunday only, but this is for the remainder of the playoffs. They started this wild card round. They're going to do a second chance. They'll do it into the championship round as well, where it'll go championship and Super Bowl. So, $25, you got a $5, you got a $2.50 as well. So we're going to do the 25, the gauntlet returns. This should fill up pretty fast. And the max entries on this is 150. So there's people that will just sit here and draft one after the another. They'll have like 5 screens open, going nuts. They'll try to fill in as many as possible. You can see the prizes here. First 50,000, second 20,000, third 12,000, fourth 8,000, fifth 7. Yeah, I can see it all here. So you're going to have 22,000 entries though. So that's why you want to try to do a couple of these. You could go down to the mitten returns again for $5 as well, or you could just, throw in a big mitten for $2.50. The max entry on that is only 12, so you could do that as well. Gives a little bit better of a chance. You just got to put a bigger investment, but $25 here. And it is half point per reception, 6 for touchdown, rushing, receiving. It is 4 for a passing touchdown. And let's see. think you lose, yeah, 1 for an interception, 2 for a fumble. The roster is 1 quarterback, 1 running back, 2 wide receivers or tight end, and a flex. So you don't need to take any receivers. You could just take all tight ends if you want. You don't need to take a tight end. You could just take all receivers if you want. And then you got 5 bench spots. So it is best ball. It's going to play your best lineup. So, you kind of want to, there's many different ways you could go about it here. Let's see what we get into. We're going to enter right now. And we're waiting on a few people. So it's going to fill pretty fast. We're going to have 3 slots left. So obviously, one strategy I think is good is, the Niners, I think, are probably the most likely team to go in the NFC. So you could take a Brock Purdy, couple him up with a Debo, or you could take McCaffrey as well. Maybe couple him up with a Debo or Ayuk or Kittle, get those 2 spots for the Niners. And then on the AFC side, you could kind of just stack Bills, Ravens, and maybe a little bit of Chiefs as well, maybe a little Titans. But it's like, I think that might be the best strategy going in because the Niners, I think, are the most likely team. And we're still waiting on 3 people. I'm surprised. They usually fill pretty fast. Seems like the underdog's a little bit slower. Meanwhile, I'm going to go over. Oh, so we got 2 spots now. I'm going to go over to the drafters right now. And you could see this. They have a full slot of tournaments as well. This is the NFL playoffs, best ball second chance, $20 here as well. 1,950 entries, so a little bit better chance. The top price isn't nearly as much, 7,500, but a lot less people in the pool. And then this one is quarterback, running back, 2 wide receiver, tight end, and a flex. All right, so the underdog is going to start in 2 seconds. There's no bench spots for drafter. Interesting. Thought there was some bench spots similar to underdog with the scoring. 4 points for a touchdown. Instead of 1 point for interception, you get 2 points for interception thrown. That's a little bit different. Rushing yards, 1 for every 10, just the usual rushing touchdown, receiving touchdown. And it is 1 point per reception here instead of half point with underdog. So a little bit different there. And then -2 for fumbles as well. All right, let's head back to I'll probably join this drafters like towards the end of the underdog, and then we'll see if we can jump right into that because I know DraftKings is going to fill up right away. All right, so I do have the last pick. There's 6 guys in this draft. You can see it pulled up here now. And I could pull up the draft board as well. So I'll share that with you guys. All right, so wow, McCaffrey, he never goes. The quarterbacks went like hotcakes this time. So McCaffrey falls into my spot at the 5 spot. So I'm going to take McCaffrey, just like I was talking about before the show before this draft started. And I'm going to go Debo. I could go Kittle. I could go Ayuk. Well, Debo's gone. Let's see who I can get here. Actually, I had the 5 spot. I thought I had the 6 spot. My bad. So I'm going to take Ayuk now, which is absolutely fine. So the 2 Niners, and then I'm going to come back and I'm just going to try to stack a lot of Ravens and Bills and have that Niners Super Bowl run, which is the most likely, arguably the best team left in the field along with the Ravens. And then just try to get a bunch of AFC guys on the other side. It's, mix it up a little bit. And I'll probably get a couple of NFC guys, maybe a couple of Lions. I expect them to win against the Bucks. So that gives me 2 games as well. But the first game Saturday, is going to be Texans Ravens 4:30 on ESPN. The spread is Baltimore -9. The total is 43.5. The weather is good. It's going to be cold. I think there's going to be a little bit of wind there in Baltimore. So Texans get out of their comfy dome. They got to go to Baltimore. Baltimore's defense has been excellent all season long. Now, Marlon Humphrey could miss this game. He didn't practice today. He didn't practice yesterday. We'll see if he practices the next couple days. With the game on Saturday, he's kind of running out of time. Could be a big injury, but Baltimore still has a lot of weapons. They got Roquan Smith, Jadeveon Clowney's playing great. Kyle Williams is playing good. Second year player or first, I think maybe rookie. No, second year player at Notre Dame. So they got a lot of guys out there. The Ravens. They have very, very sound defense all season long. Lead the league in sacks. All right, I'm coming back up here with the draft. Let's see who I'm going to take. We got Nico. The Ravens went pretty fast. Cook's gone. Kincaid is there. So I'm going to take Dalton. Jeez. Kincaid. I got that just in time. Nico, Kelsey, Laporta, Andrews. And I expect the Bills to win. I like the Bills over the Chiefs. I'm probably going to take the Bills as well in that game. It's going to be very hard for me to take the Chiefs. So I'm going to be stacking more Bills than Chiefs. Now, Nico's tough to pass up here. I could go and get Beckham. I could take Gus Edwards here. But again, Nico could just have a big game. Give me 20 points. I'm going to take Nico. And I still need a quarterback, too. I mean, those quarterbacks went so fast. Geez, Jared Goff got taken, too. So I'm probably going to have to take two quarterbacks. I'm going to have to take Stroud and Love and probably Baker. There's only 3 quarterbacks left now. So I'm going to have to try to get 2 of them. And, hopefully one of them can advance somehow. Maybe I could do a little Packers stack with those receivers coming around. So interesting. Usually McCaffrey in all these drafts I've been doing, he's been like, the first, second, but he's always gone like the top 3. And he falls to me at the 5, which was surprising. But I'm happy because I haven't been getting a lot of him. I've been usually taking quarterbacks as well when I have the first spot or second spot. So I have a little bit. And again, you want to do a few of these so you can mix up the players, mix up the teams, give yourself a better shot. If you want to do 1 or 2, that's fine too as well. If you want to just do it for fun, throw it out there. But all right, so Shakir goes. That's a nice pick there for the Bills. We still have Likely. We still have Justice Hill. Mark Andrews is now gone. I mean, it looks like he's going to play. But I'm still going to take Likely here. Now, Andrews was a full practice. It sounds like he's going to be back, which is crazy. But I still think it's probably going to be them kind of easing Andrews in at least the first game back here. And it's kind of be like a 50-50 thing. Justice Hill goes. Jesus, the Ravens flew pretty fast. So I got to take Jordan Love here. Stroud is gone. I got to get a quarterback. So I'm going to have to take Jordan Love and see if I can get Mayfield on the way back before all these freaking quarterbacks are gone. I mean, I'd like to have one more. I mean, I don't know what Mayfield's even going to do for me. But, maybe there's a chance they beat the Lions. I mean, maybe there's an outside chance. I mean, it's possible. You still got Mike Evans. You still got Chris Godwin. Cade Otton had a big game against the Eagles. He could put up big numbers. Maybe he has a better game than Jordan Love. So, it's just good to have those 2 options. Hopefully one of them advances. Now, I would have liked to get couple more Bills and Ravens. Um, so let's see what I could do here. I mean, we got Bateman still out there. We got Gabe Davis out there, but again, he didn't practice again today. I don't know if he is going to make it out there. I'm going to start queuing up these guys, not Josh Reynolds. Romeo Dobbs. See, I could do like a little bit of a Packers stack and, hopefully that pops off. And that's kind of what you got to do. You kind of got to play the board. And there goes Gabe Davis. These guys are snatching up these Bills and Ravens right now. The last guy I could potentially take is Dalvin Cook. Do I want to take Baker here? Not yet. I'm going to take Romeo Dobbs. Had a nice game there against Dallas. He's always had a good connection with Jordan Love. Continues to get it done. Christian Watson should be a little bit healthier this week, but still, every time Watson comes back, it seems like it takes him a couple games to really get in a rhythm. And, as he was getting into a rhythm last time, he got hurt again. So he's struggled with a lot of injuries. Josh Reynolds actually isn't a bad pick here. I'm going to take Dalvin Cook. So Harbaugh said that he potentially could have a big role for us. So they just cut Melvin Gordon. So Cook is going to be that guy. I think they're going to give him some opportunities. He's been there for a couple weeks now. He's had some time to prepare. Obviously, he's a veteran. They're going to give him a shot, I think. And if he looks good, they may just keep rolling him out there. Now that he didn't look good on the Jets, but it's the freaking Jets. Look at case in point, Joe Flacco. I mean, Joe Flacco, week 17 last year, loses to Skylar Thompson, 11-6, then goes to the Browns. Plays pretty well. I mean, takes them to the freaking playoffs. They were a winning team, but he was winning games. He was getting it done. He's putting up big numbers. It just looked better than when he was on the Jets. We saw some flashes with the Jets too. There was some flashes there where I think he had like a 3 or maybe even a 400-yard game there week 2 last year when Zach Wilson was out to start the season. But it's just, it's a different, he's going from the Jets to the Rams. It's a totally different situation. Playing with Lamar, playing with a better offensive line, playing with a better team overall. So, it's potentially Dalvin Cook could have some value here. And I just want to get some Ravens and, Bills if I can. I mean, I don't know what other Bills I'm going to take here. They're just Trent Sherfield is out there. I could take him. Dontavian Wicks is still out there. Kate Otton's not a terrible one. And again, I'm going to enter this drafters right now. See if this could pop off. Right after this usually takes waiting for 3 people there. If not, we'll roll into the DraftKings as well. So Sherfield, is Mayfield still there? No, Mayfield is gone. So Jordan Love. I got one quarterback, Jordan Love. So I might as well take Dontavian Wicks here. I mean, just give me Dontavian Wicks. Give me, Romeo Dobbs. And give me a freaking Packers upset. Well, then I lose McCaffrey and Ayuk, so that wouldn't be good either. But I mean, just give me a shootout. Give me a lot of points, basically. And if the Packers win, at least I got Love. At least I got Dobbs and Wicks. And, I got another avenue there as well to try to win this thing. So I can kind of play both sides of the fence here in that game. All right, last pick. We're going to go Trent Sherfield. Let's do it. We'll take Trent Sherfield. So that's it. It's only 10 rounds. It goes pretty fast, as you can see. I mean, that took literally, I don't know what, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that. So the team is, I'll show you now. The team is Jordan Love, Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Brandon Ayuk, Dalton Kincaid, Nico Collins, Isaiah Likely, Romeo Dobbs, Dontavian Wicks, and Trent Sherfield. And let's go back to the draft board here. Let's check on the drafters real quick to see how that's filling up. I think we're good. Yeah. They'll alert me when it's ready to go. Okay, so what do we got? We got 2 Niners with McCaffrey and Ayuk, and then we got 3 Packers. So we need the Niners or the Packers to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl over the Lions and the Bucks. And certainly, if the Packers somehow beat the Niners, they certainly have a great shot. Although they'd have to go to Detroit and beat the Lions, but I believe they beat them already once this year, so certainly could happen. I mean, Jordan Love just went into Dallas, played freaking lights out. Again, they have these 4 options at receiver. They got talented tight ends. Aaron Jones is healthy. But if not, I got Ayuk and I got McCaffrey. And then I got Isaiah Likely. Again, I think it's going to be kind of a 50-50 split with him and Andrews, at least to start. I got the Packers again, Romeo Dobbs and Wicks. Then I get Trent Sherfield, just a depth play. Maybe something pops off, with him in a few plays. Gabe Davis maybe doesn't play again this week. I think Sherfield ran like 20 snaps last week, so that kind of be about the same thing. If Davis is indeed out once again, maybe he gets to the end zone. Anything. Dalvin Cook potentially could have a role at running back for the Ravens. And then I have Nico Collins. So just hoping for a big game from him as well. And I'll take a Houston win. Obviously, that would be huge to get Nico, going as well. So the drafters is still waiting to fill. Let's get back into the playoff matchups. Again, Texans, Ravens. Weather is going to be like 10, 15 mile an hour winds. It's going to be cold. I think like 15, 20 degrees in Baltimore. It's real cold in the East Coast. I know you guys are getting in the Northeast. I know you guys are getting a lot of snow up there as well. I'm down here in Florida. It's been abnormally cooler here and wet as well. I'm in Central Florida. This is kind of the coldest month, but still been a lot of rain and definitely colder than usual. And not enough, usually the sun comes out. Even if it's colder, the sun has, it's been a lot of gray days as well. Sun finally came out. I think it's going to warm up next week. I think it might be the last week of winter here. But anyway, Baltimore given 9, 43.5. We'll see about Marlon Humphrey. Noah Brown's going to be out for the Texans. Robert Woods is still struggling with injury, so it's going to have to be John Mechie, Xavier Hutchinson, Dalton Schultz, Nico, Devin Singletary. So, no Tank Dell, no freaking Noah Brown, possibly no Robert Woods. So, the Ravens defense, most sacks in the league. How is CJ Stroud going to respond on the road as a rookie in Baltimore against Lamar Jackson, against John Harbaugh? His brother just won a national title. He's going to be going for his second Super Bowl ring. Lamar Jackson's probably going to be the MVP. I think it should go to Josh Allen, but it looks like it's going to be Lamar. All the odds are indicating that. I think it's like minus, 15,000 or whatever the hell it is. Last time I checked, it was minus 20,000. Zay Flowers is ready to go. Beckham, Mark Andrews looks like he's back. So it's going to be a tall task. Again, 9-point dog for the Texans. So we'll see. I'll have my pick on, Friday. I'll probably do, Friday's show late. So check out for that. Like and subscribe on the YouTube page so you can check my picks out. Again, on the year, I believe now I'm 76, 59, and 2. I believe that's my official record. I was 6 and 2 in the wild card round. 56% on the year now, and I've had 3 straight winning weeks in a row now. Packers Niners is going to be the night game. Come back here. Packers Niners is going to be the night game on Saturday night, 8:15 on Fox. San Francisco's favored by 9. The total over 50.5. Niners are well rested. Packers, they're relatively healthy. Gerald Alexander is a little bit banged up. I know he's a little bit, you know, I expect him to be out there. Played very, very big against, really stepped up in that game. He came back against the Bears. And this was a defense that I had a lot of questions about coming in, playing the Panthers, letting Bryce Young put up 30, letting Baker put up a perfect passer rating, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns when they played the Bucks, losing there. And, took Jordan Love and Survivor against the Giants and Tommy Cutlets in the Meadowlands on Monday night. I should have known. That was the typical Tommy Cutlets W in Jersey on Monday night, 10 minutes from his house. Should have known. Jordan Love led them back, though. I mean, they almost came back and won that game. He led them back, put them ahead. And the Giants came down, got the winning field goal at the end to win it. But, so we've seen Jordan Love struggle at times. But again, still, this year, number 5 fantasy quarterback on the year, 32 touchdowns. Wow. 11 picks, 41, basically 4,200 yards passing. Just waiting in the wings there really helped this kid. Just like it helped Rodgers, playing behind Favre. Love playing behind Rodgers, just studying, being patient. I thought when Love came out, he was a pretty raw prospect, but all those seasons just waiting, developing his mechanics. He always had the athletic ability. He had the arm, and he looks great. He looks great, and he's got great weapons. They're all young. They're all talented. Jaden Reed is good. He's a little bit banged up. Didn't really do anything last week, but it didn't matter. They had Dobbs doing things. Dontavian Wicks is burning. Stephon Gilmore. Christian Watson, again, is going to be a little bit healthier. You got Tucker Kraft. Luke Musgrave made his way back. We saw him catch a couple wide passes. Aaron Jones hasn't played a lot this year. He's rested. So they're going to go to San Francisco. They're going to be 9-point dogs. Could they win this game? They certainly could. Their defense is going to need to play big. Their defense is going to need to slow down Christian McCaffrey. Their defense need to get pressure on Brock Purdy, because we've seen when Brock Purdy has time to throw, he just picks you apart, similar to Jared Goff. But when you get pressure on him, like when they played the Browns, they lost 19-17. Browns had PJ Walker in that freaking game. Like when they played the Vikings and Brian Flores, when he blitzes the hell out of you, they lost 22-17. Then they played the Bengals. Lou Anarumo, he could dial up a defense. He got they could generate some pressure with the 2 defensive ends there as well. Hendrickson and Hubbard. They lost 31-17, so they dropped 3 straight. That's kind of when Purdy and the Niners struggled. Coming off that drilling of the Cowboys 42-10, then they dropped 3 straight. Then they bounced back. And they win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row until they play the Ravens. And again, what do the Ravens do? They lead the league in sacks. They lose 33-19. Brock Purdy struggles a little bit there again. So that's what the Packers are going to need to do somehow, some way, is generate pressure on Brock Purdy. I don't expect the Packers to win this game. I do expect it to be a high-scoring game. But again, come back Friday, we'll have our official pick there. All right, this drafters is taking freaking forever to fill up. So we'll see when this puppy is going to fill up here. Let me see how many people we're waiting on. All right, well, we'll just see. I'm probably going to jump into a DraftKings in a little bit here, show you guys that. But let's talk about Bucks Lions on Sunday at 3:00 in Detroit, in a dome. By the way, the weather in San Francisco should be fine. Maybe a little bit of wind, but it's going to be like in the 60s, maybe the 50s, something like that. I don't think it's going to be any rain. There's a chance, I think, for a little bit of rain, but who knows right now? I don't think it's going to affect the weather too much. The total really hasn't moved either. Bucks Lions in the dome in Detroit. Detroit getting their second playoff win of all time after waiting freaking 33 years since 1991 when they beat the Cowboys. And they barely pulled it out. I mean, Stafford and the Rams could have won that one if they just could have put the ball in the end zone. There's just too many damn field goals. They had a lot of chances. Then even that last drive towards the end of the game, they drove down the field. Um, and I think Stafford got sacked or there was a couple of incomplete passes that got knocked out of field goal range and they had the freaking punt. I thought they should have just went for it. 4th and 15. They should have went for it. They never got the ball back. And that was the end of the story. Lions won 24-23. But the Lions favored by 6.5. Total in this one, 48.5. And then, the Lions secondary isn't great. They got a really good run D. But Rachaad White really hasn't done much on the ground all season. Where he's done most of his work and why he was so good in fantasy was he was catching so many damn balls. And, I like Rachaad White. I think he's better than I expected him to be. I was kind of fading him because I didn't think he was that talented. But the guys behind him, Sean Tucker, Chase Edmonds, what was the other running back? Slipping my name right now. The guy they drafted a couple years ago. Just nobody behind him could step up. They all stink. So White played well. I thought he does his job well. Pass protects, catches the ball, could churn yards out. Had some nice games this season. So I don't think they're going to use him a lot on the ground anyway. I mean, maybe he'll do a little bit, but they'll use him in the passing game. The key is Baker's going to need to win this game with Godwin, with Evans. That's where they have the advantage. Even Trey Palmer, he's got some juice. We saw him take one to the house against the Eagles. Kate Otten had a nice game as well. And then the Bucks on defense with Todd Bowles, that veteran defense, if they can get pressure, just like if you get pressure on Purdy, if you get pressure on Jared Goff, you are going to really frustrate him and slow down and mess up this Lions defense. I mean, this Lions offense. We saw the Bears do a good job. Now, the Bears defense really came alive. They can cover well as well. But definitely better than the Bucks. But again, the Bucks have some guys, some veteran guys like Carlton Davis, Antoine Winfield, Levante David, Devin White, Shaquille Barrett. So they got a lot of guys. Bowles can dial it up. It's interesting. I mean, I think the Bucks have a chance here. 6.5. It's less than the Niners with the 9, less than Baltimore with 9. So odds makers like the Bucks to have a little bit better chance than those other teams. So we'll see. The Lions, if you protect Goff, he's just going to pick you apart. Amon St. Brown, they just find ways to get him open. The guy pretty much catches everything. He doesn't drop a lot of passes. He's a tough little dude. He can break tackles. He's good off the line too. It's not so easy to bump him or get into his face. He's got some moves. He can get off the line. Like ran that little fade route last week where the Rams tried to bump him a little bit or get in his face and gave the guy a move, and it was a nice pass by Goff on the fade. Then he gave him another juke move, got some extra yards. So he's not a guy that's going to burn you deep. He's not a guy that has a lot of speed or burn you deep, but he's tough, catches everything, and he can get open in those zones, and he's pretty good off the line of scrimmage as well. And then they got that running game with Montgomery and Gibbs. Laporta, he came back. He scored a touchdown. We, didn't think he was going to come back. I thought that was going to be a bad look on Dan Campbell for playing him. But he came back. He should be even healthier this week, so that's big. We've seen him have some big games this week, most notably against the Saints in New Orleans. They were struggling to win that game. The Saints were kind of coming back, and Goff just kept hitting Laporta. Laporta made big catch after big catch. This guy had double-digit touchdowns in his rookie season. Big season from him and Kincaid as rookie tight ends. And rookie tight ends historically struggle, the first couple years in the league. These guys, right off the bat, producing. And then Jameson Williams can make some plays. Josh Reynolds is still there. We'll see if Khalif Raymond can get out there. Expect the Lions to, somehow get the win here. The Bucks have a chance, I think. We'll see what our official pick is on Friday. All right, before we get into Chiefs Bills, this drafters, I don't know if it's going to pop off. Let's enter a DraftKings draft. Um, and we'll just show this real quick. Contest details. 20 bucks again. Here we go. Checking my location. And again, these seem to fill up the fastest. They have some lower contests. They have a $4 contest. Look, it starts in a minute. It's already filled up. So DraftKings, it's 1 point PPR. This is actually longer draft. This is 12 rounds compared to the Underdog's 10. This is quarterback, running back, 2 receivers, a tight end, a flex, and then 5 bench spots. So, I like this format a little bit better, but the difference with this is instead of going against 6 guys like an Underdog, you're only going against 4 guys. Let me see if I can bring up the contest details here as far as the prizes. Rules and scoring. Again, 4 points for passing touchdown, 25 passing yards, 1 point, 300-yard passing game. It's just normal DraftKings, same settings. You get a bonus for 3 points, only -1 for an interception. That was crazy with the drafters. You lose 2 for a freaking interception. 100-yard rushing, 3 points. Again, 1 point PPR. And the lineup requirements. Where are the prizes? What the hell are the prizes over here? All right. Well, you guys can check it out. Again, you got to keep advancing. You're in all these formats. Your team resets every week. It's not cumulative. So that's another thing. Like you have to have enough points. Well, that was the hard thing about the wild card round because you had to have enough points to advance in the wild card round, but then still have the guys to keep going. So like there's only so many guys on a bye you could take. That if you took Lamar, you had to take another quarterback. So you had somebody in the first round. So I got the 3rd pick this time. Last time I had the 5th pick. McCaffrey fell to me. And here you go. See, McCaffrey goes first in this one. So I'm just telling you, that's unusual that McCaffrey falls. He's usually gone every time with like the first 3 picks. All right. These freaking glasses fog up more than freaking High Mountain Road. Oh, and so Lamar's gone. I could do the Purdy thing, but I'm going to go Josh Allen here. And I'm going to have more Josh Allen teams than anything. Now, it's going to be tough for the Bills. I mean, it's going to be a tough game this week. Again, we're going to talk about that game in a little bit. All right, so where do I go here? Could go Ayuk. Could go Kittle. This time I'm going to go George Kittle. So last time I went Ayuk. This time I'll go Kittle. So I got the Bills-Niners Super Bowl. There you have it. And Josh Allen is actually from California. I believe he grew up on a farm. His family still has that farm. Then he went to college in Wyoming. He basically didn't get a lot of offers, which is crazy. He was sending letters to schools and just didn't get a lot of offers. So he ended up, I think he might have played at a smaller school to start, like a community college, I think, maybe. And then he went to Wyoming. All right, so want to get another Bill here. Diggs is still sitting there. We'll see if he sits to me. If not, I'll take James Cook or Kincaid. I'd like to have 2 of these guys. If I can get them, I'll probably only end up with 1 of them. So there goes Diggs. So if Cooks is still there, I'll take Cook. If not, I'll take Kincaid. And I could possibly get Kincaid and get that triple stack there for the Bills. There goes Zay Flowers. So yeah, there's James Cook, Jimmy Cook. Ever since Ken Dorsey has been gone and Joe Brady has taken over, they've kind of unlocked James Cook, especially in the passing game. First matchup against the Chiefs, the first drive for the Bills. They went down the field and they threw a nice pass to James Cook for, I think it was like 35, 40 yards for a touchdown. Not maybe that long, 30 yards for a touchdown to open up the game. And I believe that was maybe the first or second game, maybe the second or yeah, maybe the second or third game after Brady took over. So it was kind of right in the beginning. But I thought that Dorsey's offense just became kind of stale. It really did. All right, so I'm going Kincaid here. I mean, could I take Gibbs here? I don't want to risk not getting Kincaid though. Shit, because I could get Gibbs now. You know what? Let's see if it works out for me. I want to get Gibbs because I think the Lions are going to win. And I think obviously he can give me some nice points as well. I don't know if Kincaid's going to last, but if Kincaid doesn't last, which I don't think he's going to freaking last, there he goes. I got to get Shakir now. And I could probably take Mike Evans or Nico here. Could take Likely as well. Let's take Mike Evans. Let's see if Shakir could last to me here. I'm kind of risking here a little bit, but again, I've had a lot of teams where I have Allen Kincaid and then I've passed on the Gibbs, so it's good to mix it up. It could work out, but I got to get Shakir here for sure, and I'm gonna have to try to get Gabe Davis as well. Even if he doesn't play this week, he could play next week. In the championship game. So let's see how this works out. Oh shit! Sorry guys, I didn't have the freaking board up. Okay, sorry about that. Got to fire my producer. There's Shakir. It's hard to find a good producer. If you know one, let me know. I'm hiring. And again, this lasts a little bit longer. That underdog really flew by. I mean, that was gone. That was done in like 7 minutes. The drafters. Oh, shit. Oh, the drafters just. Oh my god. The drafters. The drafters filled up on me. I didn't even realize it. So that's already in the third. I've already have 3 picks in that. They gave me Purdy. That's 6 guys in that. I'll pull up that in a second. They gave me Purdy, St. Brown, and Kelsey. So that's a good mix. I mean, I'm not going to have that usually, so I don't mind that. All right, let me see if I could go back and forth between swapping these drafts now. Okay, so 2 away in the drafters. Right up next here in DK. And got so much Romeo Dobbs. I'm going to take Mark Andrews there because, again, I get 2 games out of Andrews with the Bills. Whatever. Expect, obviously, the Ravens to beat the Texans. And I'm going to be up again. I'm up in drafters. Purdy, St. Brown, Kelsey. What do I want to do here? So you see this draft now, bouncing back and forth. Let's take Jimmy Cook in that one. So we got the Purdy, and we got Kelsey and Cook. I kind of like it. Oh shit! I gotta take somebody here. Let's take Justice Hill. So we got 2 Ravens. We got 4 bench spots left. Okay. It's a little bit different team. I'm kind of digging it. Not too bad. 1 away in drafters. This is kind of cool, actually. They bring up the draft board along, the players at the bottom, so you can kind of see both at the same time. Um, Cade is gone. I'm gonna take. I don't have any Ravens yet, so I'm gonna take Odell Beckham. So I'm getting a nice little mix here with this drafters team. I don't mind it, and this is also 10 rounds. So hopefully Purdy doesn't throw too many interceptions because you lose -2 for interception where you're only getting 4 points. So shit, I'm up again in DK. So we'll bounce back over there. Again, 4 bench spots left here. Could take another quarterback. I'm going to take Dalton Schultz. I never know. Have a big game. Certainly had some big games with CJ Stroud this year. Okay, so Shakir is still available here. Aaron Jones, oof. But I want lasting guys. I'm gonna go Shakir. I don't mind this team. And I will bounce back to DK. 3 spots left. Jaden Reed. I kind of like that. Should I go Gabe here? Should I go Elijah Mitchell? Let's go Elijah Mitchell. I'm not expecting a ton, but you never know. Maybe they get out to a big lead. Maybe McCaffrey gets banged up for a little while, and then Mitchell comes in and he scores a touchdown or 2. So, again, I'm looking for lasting here. I got Kittle. I got the Bills stack. Gabe Davis is still sitting out there. Let's see if I could snatch him up. I have 2 picks left in the DK. I'm 1 away in the drafters. Drafters team. St. Brown, Purdy, Kelsey, Cook, Beckham, Shakir. Let's go Aaron Jones just for some points. Let's see if we can get some points out of Aaron Jones here. He's been pretty hot. So let's see if he can keep it going. He's probably the best. I got a lot of Dobbs. Let's go Aaron Jones, the last best running back there. All right, I'm back on the clock over here. On DK. Gabe Davis did get picked. Shit. I could take Dawson Knox. But I'm going to take Jaden Reed. Hopefully he could bounce back and possibly have a huge game. Love this kid's talent. I'm going to be drafting him everywhere in fantasy. Back over to drafters. And what quarterbacks are left? No, they're all gone. So it's Purdy or bust. Oh, Gabe Davis is still available over here. All right, so he's available on this side at least. The DraftKings, he's gone. Okay. 1 pick left in DK. 2 picks left in drafters. And let's see. Guess we're gonna could take CJ Stroud or Jordan Love here, or take Dawson Knox. But I don't really have any. Let's just go. I will go CJ Stroud. Fuck it. I guess I could have took Knox, but I don't know. Maybe the Texans somehow beat the freaking Ravens. I don't know. I don't know what that was. So this DK team, I'll come back to after I finish this drafters pick. I'm up next. Purdy, Cook, Jones, Brown, Beckham, Shakir, Gabe, Kelsey. John Mechie, that'd be a different pick. No, not a lot of people are taking him. You know what? I'm gonna try Trey Palmer's a little bit different. Maybe John Mechie just goes off. Who the hell knows? Let's do it for the people. It's just going to be a pick that nobody has. So that's kind of what you want in these tournaments, too. I mean, who knows? Maybe John Mechie ends up with 2 touchdowns. Nobody has him. And then, I get that. All right, 1 pick left here in the drafters. So the DK team, Josh Allen, James Cook, Shakir, 3 Bills. Not bad. Then I get Andrews and Justice Hill for 2 Ravens. Again, potential AFC Championship matchup there. So I think the Ravens and the Bills will both advance. Okay, last pick in drafters. Dalvin Cook, Tavian Wicks, Trey Palmer, Trent Sherfield, Tucker Kraft. Let's go Trey Palmer. Another bit different pick as well. All right, so the DK to finish it up. We get Kittle. We get Elijah Mitchell to go with that Niners-Bills theory. And then we get Jahmyr Gibbs, expecting the Lions to beat the Bucks. But we also have Mike Evans. So either one, we're good on there. Dalton Schultz, maybe he pulls off an upset. And then we get C.J. Stroud to stack him with. Obviously they'd have to play the Bills in Buffalo. But hey, maybe C.J. Stroud goes out and beats freaking Josh Allen. So, and then Jaden Reed. I mean, everybody's going to be forgetting about him as well. Not a lot of people want him. He put up a donut. So I'll take him as well as kind of a little bit of a contrarian pick. I mean, he's a little bit banged up. He didn't do anything last week, so people aren't going to like him. Oh, shit. Sorry. This is the DK team. I got to do better at this, guys. I'm sorry. I'll try to do this better next time for the championship round. But here's the team: Allen, Cook, Evans, Shakir, Kittle, Gibbs, Andrews, Hill, Schultz, Mitchell, Reed, Stroud. Again, 12 rounds, 1 point PPR. And now we go to the drafters, which was 10 rounds, 6 guys, whereas the DK was only 4 guys. So our teams looks a little bit more stacked. In this team, I got autoed the first 3 picks. I didn't see the notification. I was doing the DraftKings lineup. That's what happens. Got to be a little more sharp next time. Brock Purdy, James Cook, Aaron Jones. Again, it's a different team. It's a team that I haven't taken any Kelsey because I think the Chiefs are going to lose. So I don't mind it. James Cook, Aaron Jones, St. Brown, Beckham, Shakir, Gabe Davis, Mechie, and Palmer. They're definitely a unique team. This team's either going to do absolutely shit or, it's going to be a unique team that potentially has some juice. So I could get a Bills Niners Super Bowl. I can get a Bills Chiefs Super Bowl. The Bills Ravens. I mean, I'm sorry, not Bills Chiefs. Niners Chiefs, Niners Bills, Niners Ravens. Expected to be a Niners Lions NFC Championship game. And then also have Mechie and Palmer, who probably nobody is going to freaking draft. I doubt. I wonder how many people are taking freaking John Mechie. Again, if Robert Woods is out, Noah Brown's already out. I mean, Mechie's going to have to step up. He had a couple catches last week. Again, this guy's been through a hell of a lot. Freaking tears his ACL, I believe in the national championship game or in the semifinal. Then he goes through, I believe it was lymphoma or, some sort of cancer that he overcame. So this guy has overcome it. He really didn't play a lot this year with the emergence of Nico and Tank Dell. So now is his opportunity. Maybe this is the game he shines. So we go for it. And then Trey Palmer, I like his talent. Maybe he could pop off in what could be a big time shootout there in Detroit with the Lions and the Bucks. All right, guys. Any questions or comments? Feel free to drop them. I'm going to get into this last game, preview it a little bit. Again, we're going to come back tomorrow night. I'll be on with Anthony. We're going to do Face Off Sports Network. We are going to do, and this might be on the Face Off Sports Network as well. I might put this show out there on Spotify, on Apple. So head over to fffaceoff.com. They got a ton of great info. If you guys love Dynasty, go check them out. Go check their site out. A bunch of tools, bunch of different articles. Great, great site. Face Off Sports Network show on YouTube. Might be on with Anthony tomorrow doing NFL picks. Friday doing props. And then Friday, I'm going to be doing my own show for NFL picks, just doing a preview here of Chiefs Bills, 6:30, CBS in Buffalo. First ever road game in the playoffs for Patrick Mahomes. And, finally, the Bills catch him at home. Josh Allen has yet to defeat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. We saw that unbelievable game a couple years ago where the teams went back and forth. Freaking Chiefs scored. Bills scored like, what was it? Minute 50 left. And the Chiefs scored again. Then the Bills scored like 15 seconds left. Then Mahomes goes down the field, 2 plays, gets at the field goal range, kicks the field goal. They get the ball first. They win the game. Great game. A year prior, I believe, maybe it was 2. Yeah. AFC Championship game. Bills lose to the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Might have been divisional. Sorry. I don't know if it was a champion. Might have been the AFC Championship game. The first time they lost to the Chiefs. But anyway, he's 0-2 in the playoffs. I think he's 3-1 against him in the regular season. They already beat them this year, early in the year. They won 2017. So this is going to be definitely the best game. It's why it's the last game. Again, the weather, it's going to be cold in Buffalo. They're not expecting any snow. And now they're getting some snow this week. I don't know how that's messing up their preparation. I'm sure they're letting the players drive around and get to the practice. Somehow, some way picking them up, getting them to the facility. But going to be an absolutely awesome game. Mahomes versus Allen once again. This could be a changing of the guards a little bit between Mahomes now. And Mahomes still has the titles. He's got the Super Bowls. He's definitely got the leg up. But if Allen goes out there, beats Mahomes this weekend, goes to freaking Baltimore, beats the Ravens. I mean, that's just, even if he doesn't win the freaking Super Bowl, just beating Lamar and, freaking Mahomes, and then playing potentially San Francisco in the Super Bowl. I mean, it's just crazy that, especially Dolphins, they are just out of their minds on Twitter with this freaking fake slide bullshit. And what are you supposed to do? How do you defend the guy? Josh Allen's a bitch. He's flopping all around. You just got to sit back and appreciate how good this guy is. You really do. He does things that I've seen quarterbacks never do. And I remember going back and watching him, his tape from Wyoming. I was just like, wow. Some of the throws he made, some of the plays he made, I just never seen quarterbacks really make those type of plays. And that's why he was my favorite quarterback coming out and why I wanted the Jets to take him. When the Jets didn't take him and took Sam Darnold, I was just furious. I was so pissed. And I've been rooting for Josh Allen ever since. He's taken a ton of heat. People have been doubting this guy ever since he came out, bashing him, doubting him, saying he's not a quarterback, saying he's going to be a bust, and he just constantly proved people wrong. A little bit more year after year after year. Now there's no freaking doubt. He is top 3 in the league, arguably the best quarterback in the league, arguably the best player in the league. I think he is the best quarterback in the league. And I think he's going to show that as his career continues to build. I just to me, he could do the most, and he's done the most with the least for a little bit too. I mean, his offensive line throughout his career in Buffalo has been absolutely horrible. Till this year they're actually starting to protect from him. I think he's been one of the most least sacked quarterbacks. Now he has hid those deficiencies for a long time. And Stephon Diggs came across a couple years ago. Diggs had a career year with Allen. People thought that Diggs was going to get worse with Allen, but he got even better. And that was a big narrative. A lot of people thought Diggs was going to get worse. Instead, he had career seasons. But even last year, they were bringing in the last couple of years with Diggs, they were struggling to find other guys. Bringing back Cole Beasley, bringing back John Brown, Gabe Davis dropping passes, Dawson Knox dropping passes. So that's why they went out and they got Dalton Kincaid, one of the most sure-handed receivers, one of the most sure-handed tight ends. I think 2 drops in all of his career in college between San Diego and Utah. And he's been awesome. And he's just a natural athlete. Only played 1 year high school football. Played basketball. You can just tell this kid is just a natural athlete. The way he moves, the way he tracks the ball. I'm sure he played baseball. I'm sure he played all the sports. And that's the one advantage you have when you play all the sports. It just helps you with the other sports, especially when you're playing baseball and you're catching fly balls and you can just see the ball. The way you track everything. Yeah, you could just see the trajectory of the ball and the way you maneuver your body, and just going out and play with your friends every day, and just all that. So it all helps. He's a natural athlete, um, and I like the Bills in this game. I'll give you an early pick on this one. I'm definitely taking the Bills. So this is the one game I'll give you right now. I'm definitely taking the Bills. As far as the over, Bills are favored by 3. We started at 2.5, went up to 3, and I think that spread is kind of right on the money. I think it should be like 2, 3. Totals 45.5. So they're not expecting a shootout. Again, the Chiefs defense has been very, very good. This has been the best Chiefs defense we've seen under this Spagnuolo regime, Andy Reid regime. With L'Jarius Sneed playing, awesome. Trent McDuffie playing awesome. Chris Jones. They got Nick Bolton back. When they had Nick Bolton back, he was out for a while. He came back in that Buffalo game. And again, the Kadarius Toney offsides, the Travis Kelce pitch back to Toney should have been a touchdown or could have been a touchdown, but he was offsides. It was the right call. And then Mahomes going frantic, not even wishing Josh a good game at the end. So I really just think this is Buffalo's time, but we'll get into that game again on Friday. But again, this is going to be just an unbelievable game to watch to end Sunday night, heading into the work week. Again, Texans Ravens Saturday 4:30 to start us off. Packers Niners 8:15 on Fox Saturday night. Bucks Lions on NBC at 3:00 to start us off on Sunday. And the Chiefs Bills on Sunday night in Orchard Park. So hope you guys enjoyed. Check out DraftKings, check out Underdog, free advertising for them. Check out fffaceoff.com if you guys are in dynasty leagues or for NFL picks or for tools, just get you ready for also there's NBA picks, there's soccer picks on there. So anything you want, they pretty much got you covered. So check that out. Face Off Sports Network on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter or X rather, Fantasy Savvy. And please, if you're on my YouTube page, like and subscribe, trying to get those subscribers up. You could head over to that Fantasy Savvy on YouTube or Steve D'Angelo on YouTube. You can find me there. So that's it, guys. Thanks for joining me tonight. We will see you next Friday. Again, back with Anthony. Tomorrow doing NFL picks. Friday, and then Friday again, I think, with Anthony for props. And then back on my show for NFL picks. So take care. We'll see you soon.